today?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, that's fine for the fine.
Okay, sorry. We are very sorry, yeah, because we have the class in the night, yeah. In the night in Indonesia. I don't know in how about in India. What time is it now?
5:30. 5:30 evening.
Evening also, okay.
Yes, yes. Very full time.
Okay. Okay, I will offer the class ya to my student ya. She will guide you for this class, okay? Kalau adik-adik siapa kemarin yang akan memoderatoring untuk kuliah hari ini?
That will be me, ma'am, Kana Anjali.
Oh, okay. Kan nanya Angeli.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, Angeli. Okay. So I think it is your time to handle the class today, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Ask to your friends to open the camera, okay? Okay. Okay, thank you, Miss.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. And before we start, everyone, can you please turn on your camera first so we can respect our speaker that has made the time today? Maybe we will wait until 7:05 for everyone to turn on their cameras. So please turn on your camera if it's possible. Thank you. Okay, so I still see a lot of people haven't turned their cameras on yet. So I do hope that a lot of you guys can turn on your cameras. So our speaker today can also see your faces and to make sure if all of us has understood the material. So please turn on your cameras, guys. We'll start in one more minute. And also, please check if your microphones are off, okay? Because some of your sounds are inside the Zoom. Thank you. Okay, so since it's 7:05 already, so maybe we can go ahead and start. So first of all, thank you so much everyone for joining our Zoom tonight. My name is Kanai Anjali, and I am from the International Undergraduates Program class in Pharmacy of Universitas Airlangga, and I will be your moderator for tonight. So I have been told by our professor that we will be getting a very wonderful and incredible speaker all the way from India. And his name will be Dr. Ram Kumar Sahu. Is that correct how I pronounce your name?
Yes,
Please
yes,
correct me if I'm wrong.
yes, you're perfectly right.
Oh, thank you so much. And will you like me to call you as Dr. Ram or?
Dr. Ram, no.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Ram. So, as you guys have heard,
Our professor has told us that he came from India. And today, our topic for pharmacognosy class will be about the prevalence of adulteration in herbal drugs and different approaches for their assessment. So I think without further ado, I can just let Dr. Ram to introduce himself first and also to start his presentation. Go ahead, Dr. Ram. Thank you.
Thank you. So good evening to everyone, and I express my thanks to Professor Retno for giving this opportunity, and and also thanks for joining you all. So today topic is that prevalence of adulteration in Harvard drug and different approaches for their assessment. Before I'm audible, I'm
Yes,
audible.
you're audible,
Okay,
doctor.
okay. So before starting our lecture, I want to say something about that herbal drug. As we know that herbal drug or food drug or natural product, these all are used as a medicine for the prevention or cure of disease. But why we are using these natural products or food drug as a medicine? Because only due to the presence of chemical constituents. Each every plants have different types of chemical constituents or phytoconstituents, and these phytoconstituents and chemical constituents are responsible for the cure of disease. So now basically what is happening here, uh, the potency of any drug, the potency of any drug, it depends upon the quantity of chemical constituent. What is the ratio, what is the chemical constituent present in the plant material that are responsible for the uh, uh, for the cure of disease. Suppose if any plant having lacking the fatty content or having suppose lower quantity of chemical content as per desirable, so due to lower quantity of chemical constituent, the their potential will be also decreased. So one thing is that the quantity of chemical constituent is very important. Then secondly, what happening sometimes uh, yeah, the peoples, or that we can say that the businessmen, for earning more profit, they add some different types of plant material. Those are looking just like a genuine or original drug. So now, what is the problem?
Excuse
The
me,
drug,
excuse me,
yes,
Dr. Ram. Maybe you can make in the slideshow.
yeah, no, I mean, so just I'm explaining that what are the
No,
adulterants.
no. It become in more or bigger size. I think it's more better because it's not quite so. So it is small. Yeah. Okay.
No, fine. Thank you. Thank you. So now, so what the business, what they do, they mix some different types of plant material. They look like the original drug. So the plant material, whatever the plant material they are mixing, that having lower quantity of chemical constituents, so that they are not providing the uh, desirable therapeutic efficacy. So, so whatever the substances they are adding, they are known as the adulterants, adulterant. So now today we will study about this, how these adulterations occur and how we can find out any adulterant drugs. So now, so we'll see some definition about the adulteration. So basically we said that the adulteration is the practice of substituting the original drug completely or partially with similar looking substances. Means whatever the drug which we are going to add with original drug, so we can sometimes what they do, they can completely replace the original drug, or sometimes they partially add this adulterant, means the substance which having a lower therapeutic efficacy, so they can add it. This practice is known as the adulteration practice. Now the substance which is mixed is either free, they are free from the therapeutic efficacy or free from the chemical constituent, or some they are having inferior in quality. So means whatever the substance we are mixing, they are having the inferior quality of chemical constituents of the therapeutic efficacy, or sometimes they does not have the chemical constituent, or they does not provide any type of therapeutic efficacy. So these adulterants are, if they have two categories, means they are having either free from the chemical constant, or they are having lower or inferior quality. So the substance that is added to the original drug, that drug is, that substance is known as the adulterant. So the adulteration is done deliberately, or it may sometimes occur accidentally also. So intentionally, unintentionally, these adulteration are going on. So it is very common with the contrabandos. So, so we can say that adulteration, if suppose any drug is adulterated or adulteration, then we simply say that that drug is detroited, or they are admixture, or they are sophistications, or they are substitutions, inferiority, and spoilage. So these terms come with the adulteration. Now we see that what is adulterant. So what is adulterant? Adulterant, we simply said that the substance we are going to mix with the original drug, or the substance which is going to replace the original drug, that is the known as the adulterant. So these adulterants are either of substandard varieties of the original food drug, or inferior, or sometimes whatever they artificially prepared it. Sometimes they artificially prepared, or other substances which are present in the original drug, which decreases its quality. So this is known as the adulterant. So simply we say that adulterants are the drug or substances which are mixed with the original drug, but these adulterants are having inferior quality, or sometimes they does not have the chemical constituents. So so, in general term, we can say that adulteration means devaluation of any substances by adding or subtracting anything with the original substances, which decreases the quality of the substance and may be injurious to health. Sometimes, due to this adulterant, the drug may produce some toxic effect also. And sometimes they also give other types of side effect, and so these side effects or toxic effects, they are sometimes mild, sometimes moderate to severe also. So, so we say that these adulterants are harmful to the patient. Now, it has been studied in many reports that adverse drug reactions happen not due to the administration of genuine drug, but they are due to the original presence of adulterants. So, if you are going to taking, if you are taking the original drug for the as a medicine, then you will never produce any type of toxic effect. But you are not aware the drug, good drug which you have been purchased, they are adulterated, or they are adulterated, so that may cause the toxic effect. So we must be alert in the purchasing of this type of fruit drug. So understanding of all methods of adulteration and its evaluation technique, it is necessary to rectify this illegal act and maximize consumer safety. So now looking on this matter, we are going to study about how uh, we can detect the adulterant, and also we will try to minimize the illegal works, whatever the illegal works they are doing. So now, this adulteration may be done intentionally or unintentionally. So this will look forward. Then the motive behind the intentional adulteration are normally commercial, because the businessmen, they want to earn maximum profit from their products. So on looking on that, they are adulterating this original drug. Now, so these are common known as the intentionally. So now here we can see some example so that we can know about can clarify it. So here we can see that uh, this this is the crocus sativus. Okay, this is the crocus sativus. So now this is the original one, crocus sativus. Uh, so these are used as a crocus sativus. This is the original. This is a flower. From their stigma we can calculate. We can collect this. Uh, Okay, sir. We said in Kesar. So now for this, because it is very costly, it is very costly. So what they do, the businessmen, they can replace these crocus sativas with the Carthamus tinctorius. So these Carthamus, this look like this flower, just look like the these are similar to the crocus sativa. So they can replace it. Now, but this carthamus, it does not provide desirable therapeutic efficacy or whatever the medicine property does not have. So now this is one thing. And other property is the Pipram nigrum. So Pipram nigrum look like this, but what happened? This can be adulterated with the papaya seed. Okay, these are the papaya seeds. Both are looking similar, so that they can replace or they can add mix, so that in this way they can adulterate it. Now you can see that other plant, other drug, this is known Stricus nasomica. So it is containing strychnine and bucin. So now it is replaced by the Striconus potatorium. So this status Striconus potatorium having lower therapeutic efficacy. So they are having lower therapeutic efficacy. Likewise, Indian Sena, it is having good therapeutic efficacy. So these Indian Sena are replaced by the Arabian Sena. Likewise, gingiber officinalis, they are very active, but these are replaced by the Japanese ginger. They are lower in therapeutic efficacy. Likewise, Solanum xanthacum, it is replaced by the Solanum palmosum. So these are the original drug. These are the original drug, while these are the adulterant. So they are mixing and they are doing it for the just for their earning profits. Now, now next we see that now we see some different types of what are the different conditions of adulteration, why they are doing. So now first condition is the deterioration, means they are destroying the quality of drug. Now this is the simply we can say that impairment in the quality of drug. So when this condition arises due to destruction or abstraction of valuable phytoconstituents by wet treatment or aging or to the deliberately extractions of the constituents and the sale of the residue as the original. What is happening here? Sometimes what they do, suppose fennel seed. This fennel seeds having the volatile oil. So what they do, the businessmen, they extract out the water oil and the exhausted phenol they sell out. So now the businessmen they already extract out the water oil, but now after extracting out this water oil, the phenol is just exhausted and does not have any type of chemical, so they will not produce the any type of drug, any type of activity. Likewise, and sometimes what happens, sometimes the collection of plant part are not in proper time. They collect when the plant part become old. So that old plant part they are not having the sufficient quantity of phytoconstituents. So these are also one type of destructions or extractions of the valuable phytoconstituents. Now, apart from this condition, the crude drugs are also prone to detroit on storage. So what happened? Suppose the plant material, this plant material are collected by the any person, and they store in any they store the drug in not for any proper storage management. No any storage, just they are taking the drug, collecting drug and put in any place. So due to that, what happened? Due to the sunlight or due to the moisture, humidity, they are prone to microbial attack. So due to this microbial attack, the phytoconstituent of that particular plant material will be decreased. So this is also a type of uh, equation of plant material. Then next we can say that the shelf life of food drug is influenced by many factors, which include not only the quality of storage conditions but also the stability of the secondary metabolites. Then seven factors are to be considered for the detrimental effect on the stored product. So now next see the next condition of adulteration is the admixture. So the name is simply just so that means admixture means you're going to adding some other substances to the original drug. This is known as the admixture. And so admixture is addition of one article to another due to ignorance or carelessness or by accident. So, likewise, for example, we can say that the, suppose any person want to collect the root part. Okay, root part they want to collect. So when we are collecting the root, so what happen? The soil or sand which adhere to the root, they will come with that plant part, the root part, and this soil is act as the admixture. Now, sometimes what happen? We collect the stem part, but with that stem, sometimes leaf will come. That leaf will act as the admixture. So these are the some example. So example we see that datura. So what happened? So the stem portion are mixed along with leaf. So leaf actually datura stramonium leaf is used for the leaf is used as a drug. But what happened when we are collecting the leaf? That time some stem parts will come. So that stem is known as the admixing. Then, like example, asafoetida. Asafoetida, what they do? They mix some soil or stone pieces. This is the soil or stone pieces. Whatever they are mixing is known as the admixture. Likewise, Hemidas, Hemidesmus indicus root with adhering soil in other plant. Next example is clove. Clove is mixed along with leaves and petiole. So these are the some different types of admixing. We can say that example. Now, next condition is the sophistication. So sophistication means what we are adding some spurious. We are going to we are going to we are going to add spurious material intentionally to the original drug. This is known as the sophistication. So now, that suppose the drug which is a powder form, it is very easy for the sophistication adulteration. Suppose for because what happened powder because but the powder we cannot easily identify or differentiate because the powder just they are the fine and they are having some color. So what happened? Suppose for any powder and you can take the white color powder, you can make it by adding the coloring agent, you can make that powder white powder like that yellow or suppose suppose original that look like the red color, then you can you can add some red coloring agent that you can look like the red light. So this is the some type of sophistication. Now here ginger, ginger powder. So okay, ginger powder. It look like some brownish color, but what they do? Starch. They take the starch and by adding little color, by adding little some color, it looks like that yellow color. So after adding color on the starch and original powder ginger, you cannot differentiate by looking it. So this by this way they can also make the adulteration. Now, next condition is the inferiority. So, inferiority means it indicates that the substandard drug, sub-quality drug. So, inferiority when come, it is come due to spoilage of drug. When it is spoilage, when it is spoiled, when we are keeping the drug in any unwanted uh, room or temperature, then that drugs are attacked by the microorganism. This microorganism will detroit or damage the chemical constituent present in the plant material. Likewise, they can detroit it. For example, we can say that Stachynosus nux omica. Okay, Stachynosus nux omica is adulterated with the Stachynosus putatenum. Indian senna adulterated with the Arabian senna. Ginger officialis Japanese ginger, like such as the example. Then next we see that the condition is the substitution. Substitution means we are going to substitute it completely. We are substituting the original drug. So it So how it occurs? It occurs when some totally different substance is added in place of original drug. Like like example, suppose olive oil. Olive oil is very costly, expensive. So what they do, they sell the cottonseed oil in place of olive oil. Just businessman told that this is the olive oil because the color of cottonseed oil and olive oil both look like similar. So we are unable to differentiate it. So this cotton seeds oil can replace the olive oil. So cotton seeds, these are adulterant. So we are going to substitute completely. Now, next condition is the spoilage. So the deterioration to the attack of microorganism. This condition make the product unfit for consumption, which can be avoided by careful attention to the drying and storage conditions. Some example is Acnotium ferox, Acnotium atrophyllum. So these are the different conditions by which adulterations are going on. Now, what is the reason why they are why the businessman or the manufacturer they are adulterating? So they are basically, as we discussed earlier, there are two types of adulteration. One is the intentional and other is the unintentional. Unintentional means indirect adulteration. Means they are coming carelessly because we are not giving care in the collection of plant material. So due to this carelessness, that you are good that original drug with adulterated or uh, mixed with some other plant parts. Then intentionally, so here name it intentionally means they are intentionally adding that plant material so that for the only for the just for the profit. Now we can see that some reason. What are the reason? Different reasons for the unintentional drug. First is the confusion in vernacular name because vernacular name because in different if you visit different place the different plants are having the similar name. Okay, like confusion in vernacular name. So confusion occur due to same vernacular name of different species and vice versa, and due to which the two herbs or drugs are interchanged or adulterated. Like example, for example, we can say that Asoka. Okay, Asoka is the vernacular name of medicinal plant of Saraka, Asoka, and ornamental plant Polyalthea longifolia. So here Asoka, if we want to take Asoka, then we have to get from the Saraka, Asoka, while Polyalthea longifolia, it is just the flower, so they are not having the chemical constant like that Asoka plant. So this here the two different biological species, but they are having the same name, vernacular name. So it is the one of the confusing. Okay. Then second reason is the lack of knowledge about authentic source. So here we can see that how it can happen. So this is done the reason by which adulteration take place by in which supply is unaware of authentic source, okay, from where they are going to collect. Like example, Bezua Fera, Naga Kesara, market sample are adulterated with the flower of Calophyllum inuphyllum. Okay, this is adulterated. Now, similarity in morphology. They are looking similar. So reason of adulteration is due to the similarity in appearance of adulterant with genuine drug. Means both the genuine drug and adulterant both are looking similar. You are unable to differentiate it. This is the one of the reason. Like example, Kuna Vacuna prudens adulterated with similar papillonaceous shades like Mucuna utilis. Okay, Mucuna utilis is adulterated to the Vacuna prudens. So this is the type of adulteration because they are both are similar looking. Then unscientific collection and storage of drug. So careless of at the time and of collection and herb. Likewise, example is that Salian or Silampusum or lichen usually admixed with the Vanilla perforata or Vanilla chirata. Then you can see that lack of authenticated plant material. So here, lack of authentic plant, what is here we are doing? due to the limited availability of certain species. Uh, so in India, we see the example for India. In India, limited availability of Hapricum performum, okay, and H petalum is shown in the name of them. So these H petalum are inferior in quality. So they what they do, they sold it in the name of Hapricum performa. So because they are unable to identify it. Then similarity in color. In the course of time, the drug material changed to or substituted due to the similarity in color. Like Ratanjot. Ratan is a plant material originally only source in past is Ventilaga Madras Panata, but the present source is Ambelia Purana. So in this way, they all are doing, or because we can say that they are adulterated unintentionally. So now you see the types of adulteration. What are different types of adulteration? So first type is the substitutions with inferior commercial variety. Okay. First is that the substitutions with inferior commercial varieties. So here basically what they do, the adulterant you resemble the original drug by morphological, chemical, or therapeutic character. Okay, means a genuine drug and adulterant drug both are having same morphological, same chemical constituent, same therapeutic activity also. But the difference is that the lower and higher therapeutic, you can see lower and higher chemical property. So now what happened? But what happened? The- These inferior drugs, they are having the inferior quality and hence cheaper in cost, so that these drugs are mixed with or substitute the original drug. Now we can say that we can see example Stachynosus nux omica. This is the original drug. Now these drugs are adulterated with the Stachynosus potatorum. You can see that uh, they look similar. है ना? This is the original drug of Stachynosus, and this is the adulterant of adulterant. They are known as the Stachynosus potatorum. Likewise, ginger of it, this is the original one. So they are mixed with the Japanese ginger. This is the adulterant one. Because here these adulterant, these are the this adulterant, they are having the lower chemical constituent and also they are having the sub-therapeutic efficacy. But they are cheaper. Due to cheaper, the businessmen they substitute the original drug. So this so in this way they are doing. Now next one, you can see other example. Here, example, you can see that capsicum minimum. Okay, this capsicum minimum is the original one. They're having higher therapeutic efficacy, higher medicinal property. This is replaced with the capsicum annum. So here they are looking similar color, so they can replace it. Likewise, Indian Sena is replaced with the Arabian Sena. So in this way, they can make it. Now, substitution by artificial manufactured substance. Now, what happened? Now some products they are chemically prepared. They are chemically prepared in lab and they can replace the original drug. Okay, so these chemically prepared drugs they are very toxic to the human beings. They are very toxic. So and there also does not having the therapeutic efficacy. They does not have the any chemical constituent. Just they are the only powder. Okay, they are the only powder. So now how we can see that? You can see that how they're clever. They're clever. See, this is the beeswax. Okay, this is the beeswax which is obtained from the honeycomb. Okay, we can obtain from the honeycomb. So now this is so what they do, they they make a paraffin wax. This is the paraffin wax chemically available. prepare paraffin wax, and these paraffin wax are yellow color. After yellow color, they look like that one is look like the bee wax. So here, this paraffin wax is the chemically prepared, and just they yellow color it. After making it yellow color, this will become the bee wax. But you cannot get any therapeutic property or any property related to the bee wax. So this is the one of the thing. And other, it is a honey. Okay, these are the honey. Now in market, artificial honeys are available. So they are just only invert sugar. From the invert, they are only invert sugar. They make the honey. So whatever the medicinal property of the honey, you cannot get if you are consuming the artificial invert sugar in place of honey. So this is the type of adulteration. Means these are the artificial manufactured substance. Now So now we see the next artificial. In this, you can see the coffee bean. Okay, this one is the original coffee bean. These original coffee beans are replaced by the compressed chicory root. See, what is the what is the properties of the coffee? What we are going to drink now? These coffee are replaced with the compressed chicory root. Likewise, nutmeg. Nutmeg powders are replaced by the properly cut and shaved basswood. So these, in this way, they are doing the adulteration. Now, other adulteration, how they are doing substitution by superficially similar looking but inferior natural substances. Okay, they look like similar, but their quality wise very poor. So here we can see that clove. Okay, so we can see that this clove, this is the original clove. Okay, this is the original clove. Now these clove are replaced with the exhausted clove. These are replaced with the exhausted clove means what they do from these clove they take out the volatile oil. After the volatile oil present in this clove oil, just they extract out the oil. Suppose eugenol is the present in clove, so they take out the eugenol from this clove, okay, from this clove. Now after taking, this will become exhausted. So they look like some like this one. Now these clove are sell in the market in the name of clove, but this clove does not provide any therapeutic efficacy to you. Now what they do, the oil, whatever the oil they have extracted out, these oil will sell out in the market in the name of clove oil. They are having the clove. So from one material, they are earning two profit. First, they take out the oil, they sell out the oil, clove oil. Then other exhausted material, this exhausted material without having therapeutic efficacy, they can sell out in the name of the clove. Likewise, similar, this is the phenol. So from this phenol, they take out the volatile oil by extraction method. Now, now this exhausted phenol are sell out in the market. So in this way, going on adulteration. Okay. So now next we see that some other example. So other example is that black pepper. Okay, black pepper it is replaced by the papaya seeds. Because papaya seeds and black pepper both are looking similar. Then saffron, the saffron are very expensive. The saffrons are and very having very medicinal property, rich in medicinal property. Now this saffron are replaced with the safflower. This safflower they make some dark color. Okay, after making dark color, this look like you cannot differentiate with the saffron, original saffron. So now this safflower are selling in the market. So this then other example is that Indian dill. Okay, Indian dill. This is replaced by the caraway. Then likewise, belladonna leaves. It is belladonna leaves the containing atropine. These are replaced with the alanthus leaves. Then see that even like almond, like you're eating the almond. These almonds are replaced by the peach kernel. There is only apricot kernel. Okay. So this apricot cannot look like the similar almond, but they does not give the properties of does not have the properties of this original almond. Clove, fresh clove with the clove stalk. So now other is the adulteration of worthless heavy material or toxic substance. See how much they are doing. They are they adding toxic substance. They are adding heavy material. So in this drug are related with how they can do. Suppose this is the mustard seed. Okay, these mustard seeds are added with the uh, erigamon seeds. Then turmeric powder. This turmeric powder is replaced with the mentanil yellow. This mentanil yellow are prepared in the laboratory in chemical prepared. So we are consuming this mentanil yellow as the name of turmeric. So these are the things how they are doing. Then adulteration with the synthetic principles means they are preparing lab. Just lemon oil. If you are going to purchase some lemon oil, so this lemon oil are replaced by the citral. The citral is prepared in lab, okay, chemical prepared in lab, and this citral they are having similar flavor just like lemon. Original flavor of lemon. Just when you smell it, it gives the lemon flavor, and you can't difference it. So now they can sell in the name of lemon oil. Suppose any lemon flavor come in the market, sometimes they are adding the citral and this give the lemon flavor. Likewise, balsam of Peru. This balsam of Peru is substituted with the benzyl benzoate. This benzyl benzoate is prepared in the laboratory. So these chemically benzyl benzoate replace the balsam of Peru. So you know this benzyl benzoate, this chemical not having any therapeutic efficacy, just like the balsam of Peru. So we can say that whatever the things, whatever the material substances which are prepared in the laboratory by chemical reactions, they does not provide any type of therapeutic efficacy. Just they can give you the toxic effect. But what people they are doing because just for the earning of the profit or scarcity of the drug. Now, second, we see that the adulteration by vegetative matter. Okay, vegetative matter. So these are sometimes come by the unintentionally also. So this vegetative matter from the same plant goes due to faulty collection or intentionally adding excessive vegetative matter. So what they are doing, sometimes you are going to collect that leaf, sometimes the stem part will come out. So that stem are known as the vegetative matter. So we have to what is our duty? We have to uh, take out that stem from the leaf so that leaf can be consumed. Now what happen? Sometime what we can add on this stem. We can add this stem just to increase the weight, just to increase the quantity of the drug, and they can earn it. Likewise, this is an example, senna leaves. They, they are adulterated with the uh, excessive amount of stem. Okay, stems are added with the senna leaf, like cinnamon bark. Okay, this cinnamon bark is adulterated with the most liverwort and lichen growing on bark or on bark. Then these are different types of the type we have upon that. Now we'll now here I hope that you all understand what is the adulteration, how they are mixing it, and how these are the um, uh, valuable to us or not. Now we know that in market different types of adulteration materials are uh, selling out. So now our duty now how we can find out the product is adulterated or not. How we can check it the product which are selling the name of drug is it original drug, genuine drug, or some adulterated drug. So we have to know about it. We can so how we can evaluate? So there are different methods are available by which we can evaluate, by which we can investigate the original or pure drug. Now there are different methods are available. So first method we can say that morphological or organoleptic evolution. Second, macroscopic evolution, physical evolutions, chemical, biological, chromatography, and these are different evolution methods. So For morphological or organoleptic evolution, here what we can check the drug by by the help of sense organ. Okay, but yes, we know that capsicum are bitter in taste. Okay, pungent in taste because capsicum they are pungent. So now, if suppose a red color powder is available, they're selling in the name of uh, capsicum, then you can just taste it. If that red powder will give that pungent taste, then it shows that it is the original capsicum. If it is not having the pungent taste, just having red color, then we know that it is adulterated one. Likewise, some example. Then microscopy evolution. Okay, microscopy is what here we see the histological character histological distributions of cell in the organs of the plant material. So what happened? So arrangement of tissues or cells, okay, of, of different plants are different. Two plants never show same type of yeah, microscopic tissue arrangement because every plant material they're having different tissue arrangement. So by looking on the tissue arrangement, we can identify the product which is giving which are selling is uh, genuine or adulteration. Likewise, physical evolution by the help of physical constant. We can determine the physical constant like as value, moisture content, foreign organic material. Likewise, we can determine and we can compare with the uh, we can compare the original one. Suppose if you are going to take out the as value of Sena. So suppose the we can whatever the markets available, we have to purchase Sena and we can take out the as value and that as value, whatever the value comes, that as value will compare with the any standard Sena drug value. If the as value is similar with the reference one, standard one, that is the original one. If there is a changes in the value of S value, then it is known as the adulteration. Then, likewise, chemical evolution. This is done to determine the presence of active constituents. We can determine the by different chemical tests. We are doing the different chemical tests. Like with biological evolution, in this biological, so what we are doing, we are going to test the therapeutic efficacy or pharmacological activity of the medicinal drug or drug which are available in the market. Likewise, chromatography and spectrophotometry, these are used to check the quality and purity of drug. This is chromatography and spectrum. These are advanced instruments. They are very useful. They are very significant for determining the quality and so we will see one by one these parameters. Now we go for first we see that morphological and organoleptic evolution. So now morphological and organoleptic evolution include that how it look. Yeah, what is the color? We can we can we can differentiate from the color. Okay, we can differentiate from the order. Suppose if anyone selling that this is the lemon, but that product is does not having the lemon flavor. We said it, no, it is not lemon. Okay, size because we know the size of drug, we know the size of the organ part, or suppose you are going to purchase senna. You know the size of senna leaf is 2 centimeter. Now anyone selling you 4 centimeter leaf or 1 centimeter leaf, then you know that this is not a senna. This is different. Shape, every plant material have their own shape, but shape we can differentiate. Special features like touch, texture, this by 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 this parameter we can evaluate it. We can differentiate the original drug and adulterate material. Now, in organic evolution, these are done with the help of sense organ like color, order, taste. We can go for a test. The morphological and organoleptic features of various parts of plant very useful in identification of food drug and also give an idea about the presence of adulterant in the fruit drug. So now we see the some example. Suppose you are going for the Rolfia. So this Rolfia root, they look like baby shape. Okay. then these sets of Nux omega. If we are going to the Nux omega, this Nux, the shape of Nux omega will be the discs, like discs, like white conical shape aconite, quills of cinnamon. Okay, so by which these are the some shape by which we can differentiate. Like order, some fruits, some materials they have musty order, some are multi order, some rancid, some are fruity order. So by this order we can differentiate. Like umbellifera fruit, like fennel, okay, caraway, they are having some aromatic order. By that aromatic order, by smelling, we can know the originality of the drug. Sweet taste, some plant material they are having sweet taste. Like honey, licorice, they are having sweet taste. So suppose licorice, they are very sweety taste. Suppose anyone tell you this is a licorice, just you can taste it. If it is sweet, then it is licorice. If it does not provide sweet taste, some other taste, it is the adulterant. Bitter taste, chirata, ginseng, they are very bitter in taste. So, if you are going to test it, if the plant product or the selling product is not having the bitter taste, then it is not a chirata. This is some different thing. Brown color of cinnamon, pungent taste of your capsicum, ginger. Okay. Then isabgol, they have the mucilage taste. Then fracture surface, cinchona, cascarabar, quassia wood, they are having the fracture surface, the surface of the plant material, they are fractured. So that fracture surface we can differentiate. So in this way, we can morphologically and analytically we can try to differentiate the original drug and adulterant drug. Now, if we go for the microscope evolution, this is the perfect evolution. Okay, or if you're going for the confirmation of test, confirmation of the any drug product, then microscopy is the very best method. Why? Because microscopy, you no need to go for, because suppose because morphological there is some lacuna is there, because morphological, suppose some drugs having similar color, so we are sometimes we are not able to identify it. But in case of microscopy, you can differentiate, because microscopy what we are going to see the arrangement of tissue, and each and every plant material have their own arrangement of tissues. Never into plant material having similar tissue arrangement. So so what we do, we take a section cutting, okay. After making section of the plant material, we observe under microscope and we see the distributions of the cells and tissues, okay. So what are the arrangement? So and we compare that arrangement distribution of cells with the standard drug. If standard and if standard drug, the arrangement of tissues and cells and your plant material, your product having the same, it's confirmed that this is the original. Otherwise, it will it will it will represent that no, that is the adulterant one. So now it is very good for the qualitative evolution. These microscopic studies are very significant for the qualitative evolution of any organized drug. Any organized drug, it is very good. But not used for the unorganized drug. Okay. So using microscope detecting the various cellular tissues, trichomes, stomata, starch granules, calcium oxalate crystals, aluminum grains. So you because different types of trichomes are available, different types of stomata we have studied. So which plant have which stomata, okay, which plant have which trichomes, that we are going to study on this, and they can certainly identify the original drug. Now, food drug can also be identified microscopically by cutting the thin TS timber sections or longitudinal sections, and starch and hemicellulose is identified the blue color with iodine. Sometimes what we are going to add some coloring agents or detergent agents so that they make the color, and that this color we can identify. So if suppose starch and hemicellulose is present in the plant material, okay, there are, if so what we do, we add iodine, and if starch and hemicellulose are present, then these starch and hemicellulose they will give the blue color. If starch and hemicellulose not present, if you are adding iodine, then no any uh, blue color will appear. So the lacking of this indicate that this plant material is this product is adulterated. All lignified tissues they give pink stain with fluoroguisanol and HCl. So likewise also we can differentiate by adding the different types of detecting agents or and because by the detecting agent we give the specific color and by this color we can identify the presence of the different types of plant their tissues. Now because we see some example, different examples. So here you can see the powder of stock. Okay, powder of probe stock. Suppose okay. So these probe stock they contain chlorides and calcium oxalate. Okay, calcium oxalate crystals and chlorides are present in powder probe stock. Okay, but what happened? Only clove, because only clove stock is used as a medicine. But clove does not use as a medicine because so how we can differentiate the clove stock and clove? When you see the macros under microscope, the clove does not show, does not represent the slides in calcium oxalate. The calcium oxalate slides are absent that indicate that it's clove. If slide and calcium oxalate are present the microscope then shows that it is the powder of chlorostone. This way we can understand. Suppose Rolfia serpentina. Suppose you are going to purchase Rolfia serpentina. So Rolfia serpentina does not contain any sclerenchyma. Okay. So this Rolfia serpentina root it does not have the sclerenchyma. But adulterant used in place of Rolfia serpentina is Rolfia macritha and Rolfia densiflora. This Rolfia macritha and densiflora they are having the sclerenchyma. So if sclerenchyma is obtained, find out sclerenchyma in this Rolfia macritha and densiflora, it indicate that they are adulterant. Likewise, glandular trichome of meat and watery of trichome of senna. Likewise, we can differentiate. Then stone cells present in Frangula bark. Frangula bark, they're having a stone cell. But cascara bark, it does not have a stone cell. So cascara bark, they are used as the medicine, while Frangula bark are the adulterant. So if you find out the stone cell, then this indicate that no, this is the Frangula bark, this is the adulterant one of cascara bark. Lignified trichome and plasmodesmata in Naxomica. So Stachoma somica, they give the lignified trichome and plasmodesmata. Likewise, other drugs we can identify by using this specific types of their tissue arrangement. Okay. Now we can see that how the physical evolutions are carried out. Okay. Physical. So here physical evolution means we are going to determine the physical constant of the drug. Okay, physical constant we are going to determine. So this type of evaluation method is very essential for determination of quality and purity of drug. In this type of evaluation, physical constant of drug is determined. Okay. So how this physical uh, constant is determined that we see. So different physical constants such as available like moisture content, melting point, refractive index, optical rotations, foreign organic matter, water oil content, uh, S value, acid S value, likewise we have to. So what is the suppose you are going to determine the moisture content of any market product. So moisture content means you have to check the presence of moisture in the drug. So these moisture contents are specific according to drug. So how we are performing? Just we have to keep the drug material on in oven and maintain temperature 105 degree temperature for 1 hour. Then now we find that suppose moisture content not more than 15%, it is a starch. Suppose anyone given you starch powder and the moisture content is not more than 15%, then it is the starch. If suppose you are calculating the moisture content of the starch, but the moisture content will become 20%, 25%, that indicate that these are the adulterated. Likewise, distillate. Distillate does not give moisture content more than 5%. But from the purchase market, product they are giving the more than 5%, 6% moisture content or 8, 10 like that, then yeah, the adulterated. So when you are adulterating, they change the moisture content value. Likewise, melting point, every drug, every solid, fixed oil and wax, they have a specific melting point at a specific point, at a specific temperature that will melt out. Okay. So here what we have to do, we have to check it. So what suppose you will put a beeswax. Okay, beeswax melt between 60 to 65 degrees centigrade. And now you purchase from market beeswax. Suppose the paraffin wax give us sell out in the name of beeswax. So that paraffin wax will be melt before this temperature, 30 degree or 40 degree. Then it indicates that it is not a beeswax. Full fat, they melt at 34 to 40 degrees for 34 to 40 degrees centigrade temperature. Likewise, we can determine the refractive index. It is very useful for evaluation of volatile oil and fixed oil. It is physically constant and is measured by the refractometer. So, like Archie oil, they are having the refractive index of 1.47678, 1.470. Clove oil having a refractive index 1.527 to 1.535. So these are the standard value. So we have to compare the marketed drug with this one. Like optical rotations, uh, certain substances have seen that they are having the property of rotating the plane of polarized light. Okay, so we can see that. So so if so, there are two types of optical rotation. One is the dextrorotatory and one is the other is the laboratory. So Caraway oil will give the plus 75 degree to plus 80 degree. Clove oil 0 to 1.5 degree. So this way we can calculate the. Then likewise foreign organic matter. Foreign organic matter, what will it is used, it is the it is the part of plant, it is the part of the plant present other than the main drug part. Okay. So now what about we go for the garlic? Garlic not contain more than 2%. Saffron not contain 2%. Satavari 1%. So these are the way by which we can calculate it. Water oil content. So these are the Clevenger apparatus used to mine the content of water oil in the plant material. So if you go for the phenol not less than 1.4%. Still, not having less than 2.5%. So you can be going to determine the what are the what is the quantity of water oil present in the product. So if anyone is adulterated with a different type, suppose phenol is adulterated with any other phenol or exhausted phenol, then it will not give the water oil 1.4%. They will give 0.5%, 0.1%. Likewise, they will like solubility. Solubility parameters, we know every plant material, every plant material or every every chemical, they are soluble in specific solvent. Okay, they are having the property to solubilize in specific solvent. Now, colophony. Colophony is light petroleum. It is colophony dissolved in light petroleum. Balsam of Peru in colloidal solution. So we can see the solubility of drug. Okay, suppose you have purchased balsam Peru, but you have given some other thing. So if you go to dissolving collohydrate solution, they are not dissolved. So that is the added one. Swelling index. So swelling index is the volume of millimeter taken up by the swelling of the plant material in under the specific condition. So these swelling index are determined the drug which are contained the mucilage, like isabgol. They are having the mucilage. For this isabgol, we are going to calculate the swelling index. So isabgol, they does not give the not less than 10%. So the property of isabgol is the only due to swelling index. So as much as it will swell, it will give more therapeutic property. Likewise, specific gravity. It is also known as the relative density. The ratio of mass of solid or liquid to the mass of unequal volume of distilled water is known as the specific gravity. Coconut oil. Coconut oil having the specific gravity 0.925. Castor oil, it having the specific gravity of 0.95. So this way, these are the standard value. Viscosity. So viscosity is the resistance of liquid to flow. viscosity of liquid is constant at given temperature and hence used as the equation parameter. So now we know the temperature. So at temperature they are having the some constant viscosity. Okay. So pyroxylene. Pyroxylene viscosity is the 1100 to 2450 centisto. Likewise, we can determine the physical parameter. Next one, total as value. Total, what is total? Total is the presence. It shows the presence of inorganic material in the plant material. So there is total as values are fixed for each and every drug. So how we calculate the total as value? We are what we take the plant material and we incinerate it. Okay. So we are providing about 400 to 600 degrees centigrade temperature so that the plant will completely burn. That ash will also completely burn. It will become white in color. Then you know that total. So like Gurchi total elevation not total as well is not more than 16%. Ginger total as well is not more than 6%. So, so this in this way we can calculate it. Acid insoluble as value means the as which are not soluble in HCl. In this way we can calculate it. So what is so it indicate the presence of excessive earthy matter. So yeah, Gurchi acid insoluble as well is not more than 3%. Water soluble as well means it is used to detect the presence of material exhausted by water. So here we can burn at 600 degree centigrade temperature. Now ginger having acid water soluble as well to 1.7%. Likewise sulfated as well done by addition of sulfuric acid in order to get sulfated salt. So in this way we can determine the physical constant of the any crude drug and we can compare with the marketed product of physical constant with the standard one or difference one so that we can check or we can determine the quality of natural product or drug. Now next is the chemical evolution. So in this chemical evolution, what we are going to determine the active constituent or phytochemical present in the drug. Suppose any plant, for example, uh, any glycoside plant. Okay, suppose the detail is they're having the glycoside. Now you are going to determine the glycoside. Suppose any plant material is sell in the name of details, but does not having the glycoside test. Is fail the test of glycoside. Means that plant not details. Some other plant is given to you. Like that. So so different specific chemical tests available to check the different chemical constituent. If you want to check the alkaloid, then second of test Mears agar reagents are available. If you are going for the check the glycosides, so glycoside is going to determine the kilogram test, Baljet test. By this we can determine it. You're going to check the flavonoid. You're going to check the tannin. You're going to check the alkaloids or proteins Cytraponide. So different reagents are available different, so by adding this, we can determine the presence of chemical constituent. Now, these tests include the qualitative and both qualitative and quantitative analysis. Now, how we can do it? So, if you're going for the qualitative chemical test, so suppose identification of tests for various other constituents like glycoside, alkaloid, tannin, what we have simple reagents are available like copper acetate. Copper acetates are used to detect the colophony as resultant for resin or not. Balsam and wax fill. Then one work test used for the ergot. Vitali mori for propanalkalides. Likewise, quantitative chemical test. So these tests include acid value, saponification value, ester value, acetyl value. We determine it. Okay. So what is the acid value of particular drug? Like like you are going for the balsam. So we have to calculate the ester value of balsam. And what else? Acetyl value. Suppose any volatile drug. We are going to determine the content of acetyl value. So what is the content of acetyl value? This will give the quantity of the chemical constant. Acid value of resin and balsam. Okay. So in this way, we can determine the quantity. What is the quantity of the chemical constant present in that plant material? Likewise, chemical assay. So chemical assay of alkaloids, resin, butyl oil, glycosides, vitamins, or other constituents present in drugs. So this can done by the chemical assay. For example, assay of total alkaloid in Baldon, assay of resin in jalap, vitamin A in cod liver oil. Suppose you have purchased cod liver oil, but uh, so we have to determine the content of vitamin A. So this we can done by the assay. Likewise, they don't have. So what is the total alkaloid? By this we can determine by the doing the assay. So this by doing assay we can quantify the alkaloid. Okay, the vitamin A in cod liver oil. Then chromatography and instrument. These chromatography and instrument analysis, they are sophisticated instruments. So these are used to analyze the nature of the phytoconstituent. What is the nature? What is the quantity of the phytoconstituent present in that plant material? So these are determined by using chromatography and instrumental analysis. So basically, what is the chromatography? Chromatography, they are used for the separation of different phytoconstituents. And instrumental analysis, they are used to determine the quantity of chemical constituents. So, for example, if you're going for the chromatography, there's paper chromatography is there, TLC thin layer chromatography is there, HPTLC high performance thin layer chromatography is there, HPLC high performance liquid chromatography is there, GC gas chromatography is there. And for the instrumental analysis, UV visible spectrophotometer, IR infrared spectroscopy, MS mass spectroscopy, NMR nuclear magnetic resonance. So here, if we talk about the UV visible, okay, suppose you're going for the UV visible. So this ultraviolet visible, their their reading are on the basis of the wavelength. Okay, at which wavelength the light will absorb. Then IR, infrared spectroscopy, they are used to determine the functional group. What is the functional group of agent? OH group, double bond, triple bond. Okay, mass spectroscopy. They are used to determine the molecular weight of the chemical constant. NMR, nuclear magnetic resonance, uh, nuclear magnetic resonance instrument. They are used to determine the nature of protons. Okay, nature proton or carbon present in that particle constituent. So likewise, these are a very sophisticated instrument by which we can determine the nature, means chemical nature. You can determine the chemical nature. You can determine the structure of the chemical or phytoconstituent. So these are different instruments are available. Now, next one is the biological evolution. Okay. So next one is the biological evolution. How we are doing the biological evolution. So suppose when physical and chemical methods are not able to produce satisfactory result, means you are not confirming by using the physical and chemical method, you are unable to identify the uh, nature of drug or originality of the drug, then we move toward the biological evolution. Okay? So biological evolution means we are going for the bioassay or the biological assay of the plant material. Now, what what is the biological assay or bioassay means? We are going to determine the pharmacological activity. We are going to determine the pharmacological activity of the plant material. Now, actually, what from studying we are trying to understanding that the original drug, as I told that original drug, they are having high therapeutic efficacy. They are very potent. Means, and other trend, they are having lower therapeutic efficacy. So what we do? So in this case, what we do? We have to check the efficacy. Suppose any plant material we have purchased, and then they told that this is the plant material. This is used for the diabetic. Now, suppose plant Azadirachta indica. You have planted plant Azadirachta indica. They are used for the anti-diabetic. Now, what we do? That plant we have to take out the plant material. We take out the state. Now, what? Now we take the animal model. On animal model, we induce diabetes by giving that streptozotocin, okay, or elexon chemicals. By injecting this elexon or streptozotocin, the animal will become diabetics. Now, what we do? We have to give our drug purchased from the market, okay, by administering our drug. If the diabetes will control in animal model, or there is a decrease in the blood glucose level, then the drug is the known as the original drug. If suppose the drug is adulterated, then the decrease in glucose level or decrease in the diabetes, these will be very minimum, means they will not control diabetes. So in this way we can determine it. So in this way we can confirm the therapeutic efficacy. What is the level of therapeutic efficacy of the drug by doing this biological evolution. So this is the case of the like diabetes drug. Suppose you're going to purchase for some antibiotics. Antibiotics. So now we have to check the antibacterial efficacy, anti antibacterial, okay, antifungal. If suppose and go for the antifungal treatment. Likewise, we can culture the microorganism, and now we will provide we will add our drug. If our drug will control the growth of microorganism, then we can say that this drug has the antibiotic property. If our drug is adulterated, then they are unable to control the microbial growth. Then they are unable to inhibit or kill the microorganism. So in this way, we can determine it. So what happened? These biological evolution, they will give you the exact, okay, exact therapeutic efficacy. Because why? What is the use of plant material? The plant material or food drug they are using for the therapeutic efficacy. If having lower therapeutic efficacy, then why will you use it? Because if lower therapeutic efficacy, the drug will unable to control the disease. If the drug having higher therapeutic efficacy, then only they will control the disease. So in this way, we can determine it. We can also determine the vitamins by doing the assay, microbiological assay. We can do it. So in this way, we can evaluate. So these are different parameters. Okay, these are different parameter by which we can try to find out the originality of the drug. Okay, or the drug is adulterated with any type of adulterant or not. So these are the very accurate method we say that by which we can determine it. So so now so these are different methods. Okay, I hope you all understand about this adulteration, and thank you for listening. So now, if you have any queries, please ask me.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Ram, for the incredible presentation. And I think every single one of us got a very, very new knowledge, specifically about adulteration for medicine. And I think there are some curious faces that I see here. So, bagi teman-teman yang punya pertanyaan untuk Dokter Ram, dan mungkin kalian kalau misalnya mau nanya pakai bahasa Indonesia juga nggak apa-apa, nanti aku bakalan bantu translatein untuk Dokter Ram. So if you guys have any questions, maybe you guys can type in the chat box or you guys can open your microphones, is also fine. So does anyone have any questions for Dr. Ram? Okay, so maybe while waiting for questions from the others, Dr. Ram, maybe I can kind of like conclude your presentation just now. So what I got from the presentation is probably that adulteration is pretty much can be classified as something that is not something that we want, because it is also the addition of other substances into the drugs, which sometimes can lead to results that are unwanted. But for me myself, I think I also have a question for Dr. Ram.
Yes.
So actually, I was kind of wondering, maybe for wait, sorry. Okay, so I think my question will be first is adulteration always a bad thing? I mean, if we did find some adulteration in certain medications, will it always be a bad thing, or there are some types of adulteration that it's still okay?
Or I can repeat one question.
Okay, I'm so sorry, Dr. Ram. So I think my question will be, is adulteration always a bad thing in medicine, or there are some types of adulteration that is still okay to be found?
Yes, yes. No, no. And if adulteration, if you want to know that if suppose the drug are adulterated, it is fine to take or not. I hope you're asking it. So now, if drugs are adulterated, then never use that drug because the drug, that adulterated drug, they are inferior in quality, so they will not give the desired therapeutic efficacy. Or as well as we know that sometimes whatever they are mixed heavy metals or some other chemical prepared synthetic material, so they may cause serious side effects. Sometimes they may cause like they will damage the liver if you're long term using, or they may cause the kidney infections like that. Means major organ failure will be also arise due to using of this adulterated drug if they are chemically adulterated. So I just say that don't be use this adulterated drug or anything. They are very toxic for us. So, okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Ram, for the explanation. And maybe I also have another question.
Yes.
Since adulteration is, it's kind of difficult for us to notify. So maybe how can we actually address the challenges of detecting and also quantifying adulterants in, for example, herbal drugs that are actually intentionally or unintentionally added?
Yes, sir. For this, first, there's the two, three things we have to do. Actually, the adulteration, these are done by some lower businessmen, okay, some lower companies. Suppose if there's any some branded companies available, so these branded companies, they will never go for the adulteration. I know, we know that they are having the price are some higher, but they maintain the quality of drug. So we try to purchase the only means the company they are branded or they're good company, from there we can purchase. Don't purchase from the any uh, lower grade company. So this is the one way we can avoid. Secondly, suppose if you have intentionally unintentionally we come in contact with this adulteration. Suppose if you have any type of doubt, suppose if you have in doubt, suppose you purchase honey, now you want to check that this honey is original or adulterated one. Now you have any, then no, we come for the chemical test. We perform some chemical test. Some there like some like some test is there. You take the water you take one glass water. Now you add your honey. If that honey will make a thread like, if like a thread like it make, that is the original honey. If on adding your honey it will go and settle down, this is known as the adulterated one. Likewise, we get different chemical, different tests are available. So by using the different tests, okay, by different assay, we can just come across the differentiate the originality as well as the adulteration of drugs. So this is the only way by which we can differentiate it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Ram, for the very clear explanation. And I think some of our friends are also very curious about your topic. So I still have some questions for you. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So one of our friends asked, so they just knew about the evaluation of adulteration. And also, you've mentioned that in your presentation, you've mentioned about vitamin C, but can you please give an example of the adulteration in traditional medicine, but in their specific compounds? Like, how are they found in traditional medicine? So I think that's for the first question.
Okay, okay. Suppose if you are asking about that any chemical constituent or quantity of chemical constituent, just like we take the example of the belladonna. Okay, belladonna is the plant, Atropa belladonna is the plant. This plant contains the atropine. Okay, so these atropines, as we know, these atropines these are used in the eye medicines. Suppose you are having eye problem, then they give you atropines like. So now what happened? So here we have to go to check the if you want to go to check the content of atropine on that particular drug in that belladonna. So now different chemical assays are present. So this atropine is the type of the alkaloid. So now we have to go for the testing of the alkaloid. Now if you are confirming the quantity of alkaloid, now you can go for the sophisticated instrument like you can use the HPLC method. This HPLC method is a very good method by which we can directly determine the content, the quantity of the atropine present in the plant material, or you can also go for the GCMS, gas chromatography spectroscopy. So this is the also one of the good method by which we can quantify the quantity of alcohol. So basically, what we are going to determine the quantity of the chemical constituent within the plant material. If quantity is good, then you are getting the good response about the therapeutic efficacy. If the quantity of chemical constituent is lower, then you are not getting desirable therapeutic. So just I want to say that we have to check, we have to quantify it. We have to quantify the presence of chemical constituent in the plant material by using different types of sophisticated instruments. So in this way, we can try to identify and quantify the parameter. So suppose like example, suppose you want to check that the plant matter having that flavonoid. So now what happened? Suppose this plant matter flavonoid, so the middle flavonoid, they having the maximum absorbance using the UV spectrometer, ultraviolet visible spectrophotometer. So they give about 272 nanometer. They give the absorbance. So this is the lambda max for the flavonoid. So suppose is there any absorbance of light in this nanometer, in this wavelength, then we can say that this plant contains the flavonoid. If there is no any absorbance at this wavelength, then you can say that no flavonoid is not present. So different types of different methods are available. So we can use the method as per our requirement. Physical method, chemical method, biological method. So it is depend upon the requirement. Which type of test we are going to. So it is okay.
Okay, thank you so much for your explanation. I think we already understand because it's very clear. But there's also a follow-up question, Dr. Ram. So, from what you explained just now, so is the raw material that we're going to use like a purposive sampling, or will there be another type?
Well, I'm not getting the question. Raw material is for sampling. I'm not getting the question. Please repeat it.
Sorry,
Please,
Dr. Ram, can you repeat one more time?
please repeat the question. I'm not getting the question. Okay, please
Oh,
repeat it.
okay. So for the question, this is still related to the last question that I asked you. So since we asked about the raw material in the herbal medicine, so are we going to use like purposive sampling or will there be another way for sampling?
Oh, sampling. No, no. This is the only method by which we can identify if there's any raw material. So different methods are available. So suppose you are going to determine using the estate. So you have to go. You can take out the estate from that plant material. Or if you're going for just raw material, so you are going to raw material means any powder analysis or any type of microscopy. then we can use that raw material. So so just I told you that whatever the parameter what we are using. Suppose if you go for the biological evolution, so on that biological evolution, what we have to take out the extract from the plant material, that extract will use. If you're going for the microscopic evolution, then there is no need to go for the extraction. Just we have to take the plant material, just we have to take section cutting, and from there we can do the identification. So, so it depends. So sampling is depend upon the which type of test you are going to perform. This is the thing.
Okay, all right, Dr. Thank you so much. And I think the person who asked the question will already understand. So currently it's already 8:31. Maybe if you guys have any other questions, we'll wait for around 1 more minute before we close this meeting and do a documentation session. Do you guys have any other questions for Dr. Ram? And I do encourage you guys to ask questions because I heard that this is going to be in our test material and our exam material. So if you guys are still curious, I think this is the chance because, of course, Dr. Ram came all the way from India and we'll have a chance to meet him maybe later on. So, oh, okay. I received a lot more new questions for Dr. Ram.
Very good.
Okay, so this question that I received, I'll read it to you. So, what if, in a case of evaluating the raw material in an industry of herbal medicine, should we do all kinds of evaluation that Dr. Ram explained earlier, or how, Dr. Ram?
So you want to know about that what type of evaluations are used? I think in this question that asked, what types of evaluations are used? Please.
Well, in the question, it only states if we want to evaluate a raw material in the industry of herbal medicine.
So just whatever the just we have discussed in our slides. So different methods are used. So if you're going for only for the raw material, only for raw material means that suppose the audience asking about plant material. Suppose only we are going to use a plant material. Okay, not going for the extraction. So here we can choose two methods. One is the morphological method or organoleptic method. So by which looking the appearance, taste, or color of the raw material, we can identify. Then other is that by we can go for the microscopy, we're going for the pure raw material. Then by this microscopy, we can see the tissue arrangements. This is the one method by we can differentiate the original drug and the adulterant drug. So basically, if you are going for the raw material, then we'll select only these two evaluation method. And suppose if you're going some other level, now raw material is only by the help of raw material we are unable to identify. So if we are unable to identify from these two methods, then we go for the chemical method. Chemical method is basically whatever we go for the extraction. So we have to take out the extract from the raw material. We will take out the extract, and now these extracts are used for the identification. So this extracts for this extract we can use different method. We talk about that chemical analysis, okay? Then biological method evolution. So this chemical and biological evolution we need the extract. No, actually, and also for the physical evolution we can also use the raw material. We no need to go for the extraction here also. So physical methods also come under that raw or pure raw material. Okay, so we can differentiate two forms. One is the raw material, one is the extraction of the raw material. So now, which method, which is the best we're going to select? Accordingly, we can choose it.
Wow, okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Ram, for the explanation. And maybe I have one very last question for you
Yes, yes,
before
yes.
we
Go
end
ahead.
this meeting. Okay, so earlier in the biological evaluation, it was explained that we only use it if the results from the physical and chemical evaluation are unsatisfactory. So, what can be considered unsatisfactory? And also, what are the possible causes of unsatisfactory results?
That's a good question. What happened? Suppose what happened? Any plant material. Here, here basic thing is that basic what we are trying to say that actually the plant material we are going to select from that plant material or from that food drug we expected we will get a desired therapeutic. Okay. Now what happened? Sometimes sometimes the we are unable to identify, we are unable to differentiate. Sometimes what happens, the chemical we determine the chemical assay, but but the drug, but both drug they are having same type of chemical constituent. Okay, it is also having alkaloid. This is having an alkaloid. Okay, in this case we are unable to differentiate now which is the original one. This is sometimes this will come. Sometimes physical constant we are checked. So suppose as value be determined, same as well nearer to as value come near to. Suppose the as value come for your one plant product is the 5 and other is for 5.2. So very near. In this way we are having confusion. Now what to do? So our main ultimate goal is that to get the higher therapeutic efficacy. Now in this case, what we switch to the biological events. Okay. So here these two material we are having A and B. Now what we do? Suppose you are A and B, these are the two drugs, and they are claiming that they are giving the anti-diabetic activity. Okay. Now what we'll do? We'll, we'll develop one animal model. Okay, in this animal, we will induce the diabetes. Diabetes has been induced on that animal. Now, we make two groups. Okay, one group for drug A and other group for drug B. Now, drug A will give the group animal and drug B. At last, after completion of your dosing, now you will study that you will observe that which one is giving higher therapeutic effect. Suppose your A sample is produce higher anti-diabetic while B is having lower or minimum diabetic. So we can consider that this A, A is the best for us for the control of disease. So here no need to go for the identification. Just here we are going to determine the its uh, pharmacological activities. So on the basis of pharmacological activity, we can say that this is A is our drug, B is not our drug. So in this case, we are going. Okay.
Okay, Dr. Thank you so much. Okay, and also the person who asked the question already understand. Okay, so thank you so much, you guys who have asked your questions. I hope that Dr. can explain really well to you and you guys can understand the point of our material today. And once again, I want to say a huge thank you to Dr. and we can give a big applause for Dr. For delivering his material. Okay, so Prof. Retno, would you like to add something? Or can I go to the documentation session, Prof?
Yes. Mhm. Actually, I have a certificate for Dr. Rams.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you much. Thank you very much.
I'm not the blood. Okay. Please wait. Please wait. Okay, this one.
Thank you very much. Right. Thank you very much.
Okay, I will send certificate to your email. Okay.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. Hannah. Okay, please continue for the photo session.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof. Retno. Okay, so now before we close, I think we can do a bit of a documentation session to to commemorate our Zoom session today with Dr. Ram. So I invite everyone to please open your camera if it's possible, because I will be screenshotting each page. Okay. So okay, while waiting for everyone else to open their cam, Dr. Ram, did you enjoy your Zoom today with us? Sorry, Dr. Is it audible?
Yes, yes, yeah, I'm audible. Yes, you're audible.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so I think a lot of our friends have already opened their cameras now, and I'll be taking a screenshot. Okay, so this is the first page, and I'll screenshot in three, two, one. Okay, next page. Three, two, one. Okay, page three. Three, two, one. Okay, boleh berpose ya guys. Tapi jangan aneh-aneh. Okay, page four. Three, two, one. Okay, lanjut page five. Three, two, one. Page six. Three, two, one. Page seven. Three, two, one. Page eight. Three, two, one. Page nine. Three, two, one. And our last page 10. Three, two, one. Okay, so I think that's all for our Zoom session today. And if there are no more additional notes from Prophet, maybe we can close our Zoom meeting with Dr. Ram. So once again, thank you so much, Dr. Ram, for your incredible presentation. And
Thank you.
yes, and I think we all really enjoyed your material today, and we hope that we'll be using this in the future of our pharmacy career. So thank you so much, Dr. Ram, and
Thank
have a
you.
nice night. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Dr. Ram, and thank you also, Angeline.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof.
See you, all of you.